Because it's not just a case of nostalgia. It's a case study of how modern gaming kills its own legacy. Now, before we get into this, we need to get one simple fact out of the way. There is no confirmed remake of Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005. Are there rumors? Sure. A deleted tweet from the original actress who played Mia? Yeah. But EA has been radio silent ever since. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that silence is deafening. Because in a way, it feels like we just might get an announcement, at any moment. Now, here's the first problem as to why we are probably never getting a Need for Speed Most Wanted remake. Number one, licensing hell. You see, Most Wanted was the licensing minefield. The cars, the music, the branding. If you want to bring that all back, you need to relicense every car manufacturer, every track, every artist. And in 2025, that's not just expensive, it's a legal nightmare. But still, EA could probably do this thing. Easy. But they're not. They won't. Because it's just not worth the effort for a game that might not even fit their monetization model. The second reason is the live service issue. You see, EA's current business model thrives on games that keep players engaged and spending over time. So when you think about Most Wanted, it's a self-contained experience. There's no room for microtransactions or season passes, no live events. In EA's eyes, that's just a dead end. They'd rather invest in games that promise continuous revenue streams than a one-off epic that can't be monetized once it's been released. So you see, a remake of Most Wanted just doesn't fit that mold anymore. Well, it never used to anyway. And the other reason as to why we're never getting a Need for Speed Most Wanted remake is studio priorities. You see, Criterion Games, the studio behind Most Wanted, not the original, has been reassigned. As of early 2025, Criterion Games is now fully focused on the Battlefield franchise. That means that the team that could have led a Need for Speed Most Wanted remake is no longer available. And with no dedicated team, the project is effectively stalled. And of course, another reason is the nostalgia trap. I don't need to tell you analysts that remaking a beloved franchise is extremely tricky. I mean, look how the Dead Space remake was actually received.
I think it's me. Oh, I wish I could talk to you.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
You see, fans have high expectations. Any deviation from the original, be it gameplay, music, graphics, could lead to backlash. EA knows this, of course, and they're simply not willing to risk that. So instead, the smart thing they do is they just avoid it altogether. And now, if I were to bring in Postman's lens on this, on how he would actually view this entire situation, he'd probably say that in a world that is dominated by images and dopamine, instant gratification, depth and nuance are lost. He'd probably say Need for Speed Most Wanted was just a product of its time, a game that required patience, skill, and engagement. In today's landscape, those qualities are simply undervalued, and so Most Wanted will forever remain, sadly, a relic of the past. So no, EA is not making or remaking Need for Speed Most Wanted. And it's not a matter of can't, it's a matter of won't. Because in the current gaming landscape, it doesn't make sense to invest in a game that simply doesn't promise an ongoing revenue. You see, they can remake Dead Space. Of course, it came out in 2008 and you can consider it modern-ish, but the even better thing about Dead Space is that it already has a trilogy. And if you're EA, you could probably maybe even add new suits, for customers to buy, suit packs DLCs, or weapons to use in the game, And not to mention that you can also remake the second game in the franchise, even the third, ongoing revenue streams. You can't do that with Need for Speed Most Wanted. And it really hurts for me to even say this, because sometimes a game is more than just a product of its time. Sometimes it's art, a moment in time, lightning in a bottle, a core memory. And when we lose that, we lose a part of ourselves.